Hey everybody, welcome back. We got the Obuy January sale. These are some awesome little EDC items along with some other stuff that I don't have pictured here. Sale's going to be going on from January 21st tonight till January 25th. Let's check out what I have to show you. Alright folks, welcome back. So you'll notice these three little items here that I'm going to be showing you today. Normally, I have items that are a little bit bigger, but I thought these were kind of cool EDC items, and that's why I chose them. Again, they're everyday carry type stuff, but they're also possible prepper purposes as well. And that's why I kind of like these for that purpose. So, the available time of this sale is going to be 8 p.m. tonight, 1/21, January 21st. It's going to run till January 25th at midnight. Now remember, that's Eastern Standard Time. So for us on the West Coast, that's 3 hours behind. So Eastern Standard Time, definitely check it out. On the Otical R1, you're going to be saving 15%. On the Otical H1, you're going to be saving 15%. And on the Copper O Shed, which we're going to show you here, this little guy here, you're going to be saving 30% off on that. There's a bunch of other stuff that's going to be on sale, so don't limit yourself just to this. Go check out the site and see it. But I want to explain to you what I got going on here, why I picked some of these items. The first thing is going to be this little guy here. This is the Otical H1 Titanium Storage Capsule. So let's zoom on in and check it out. All right, so these on sale are going to be 15% off. I'm going to bring it up to the camera and let you see. And I'm going to tell you why I have this, because there's a cool little feature on this thing that I really like. There's a cool little fact about it. And basically what this is a storage capsule. So for those of you that have emergency medications, storing it in something like this, really, really handy. My use for these has always been tinder. I can take a whole lot of, let's open this up, dryer lint and stuff it in there, or whatever else, or even maybe a couple of cotton plugs or whatever, stuff it in there and have tinder with me at all times. And this thing is really, really well made. You'll notice an O-ring on there. We'll talk about the waterproofiness later in a second here, but this is definitely a well-made, nice-looking item. I want to give you a little information on it first. This is machined from lightweight, corrosion-resistant TA1 titanium alloy. It's rated for IPX4. It offers a nice, compact, weather-resistant storage solution for transporting pretty much anything you can think of in there. Okay, you can take this miniature capsule with you on your keychain. I have an emergency little key lanyard that I have in my bag, my carry bag, and I have a bigger one on there. It's a larger capsule. I think I'm going to be switching it out for this one just because it's lighter and cooler looking, and it still will hold the same amount of stuff that I have in there. But basically all I have in that is tinder. The threaded cap and O-ring, and there is a spare O-ring over here. I will show it to you. And the little key ring as well. There's a spare O-ring on that, and inside there is the key ring. To put it on your keychain. Something like this really comes in handy when you have a situation where you have to start a fire and maybe there's no immediate tinder around you. Well, now you have a way to do that very, very simply and easily. You have your tinder on your little thing there. Again, if you use medication of some kind, let's say you have a heart condition and you take nitro pills, or you have maybe some kind of asthma that you need pills for, whatever, your daily high blood pressure pills. You can stick them in there and you'll never forget them. They'll always be with you. And let's face it, part of being prepared is the little stuff like that. So it does have milled grooves on the top of it there. It's large enough to store pills and other small items. It kind of takes its design cues from the Olight TI small flashlight when it comes to the grip down here. And I gotta say, I love the color on this too, this little light blue color. So I'm definitely gonna be switching that out and holding my tinder and something like that, because I don't need a ton of tinder in an emergency. I just need enough to get it started. So that's the first item. That's going to save you 15% if you decide to order one of these things. That's the Otical H1 Titanium Storage Capsule. Let's move on to the next item. Now this little purple thing here is the Otical R1 Titanium Magnetic Quick Release Keychain. Again, these are small items that you really don't think, what the heck would I want that for? But they're small little items that really come in handy. And I'm going to give you an example from me on something like this. Many, many years ago, like the early 90s, I was the manager of a restaurant, and I had two sets of keys on me. My own personal keys, which at the time living in New York City were like my door key and my front building key, and the whole thing of the restaurant's keys on it. So a lot of times I had to give out keys or get stuff done with different keys, and it was a whole lot easier to have a clip on my belt. But the problem was I was always giving out my own personal keys, and if somebody had some bad intent, they could have easily made a copy or whatever, and I just didn't like giving out my own personal keys, because people aren't always as careful with your stuff as you are, and they may have lost it, and then I can't get in my house. So I ended up dividing it into two keychains, and that was a pain in the neck, because I had a clip on my belt, and I had to always take them off. With this, I can keep my separate keys there and the keys here for anything else. What I'm going to do with this is going to be my car keys, because I absolutely hate giving up my whole key ring or having to take my key off my ring for when I valet park or when I have to give somebody my key for the garage or get an oil change. So I have a separate little way to separate them. This is really cool. It's machined again from the TC4 aluminum alloy. Nice sandblasted finish. It's kind of capsule shape. It weighs about 0.25 ounces, so it's really not going to be any kind of bulk or burden to carrying around on your keychain. You do have an integrated pair of magnets inside and a bead lock mechanism, so you do have a way to lock this. It will, the magnet alone will secure a weight capacity of 11 pounds, so it stays securely locked on, okay? You do have a 360-degree swivel action here, so you can rotate freely and not be tangled up when used, and it comes right off. Now, you can lock this. Oh, sorry, I wasn't focused there. You can lock this into place if you turn it and push down on it and lock it into place, and then it will not come off. See? But when I turn it the other way and unlock it, it comes right off. So you can lock this into place. You'll see the little ball on the inside there. I hope it focuses. There you go. So you see the little ball on the inside. There you go. Focus again. And that will lock it into place all the way down when you push it, and it will lock it into place like that. So it is a very kind of cool, again, something small that makes your life a little bit easier. Very inexpensive. Again, 15% off on it. You just snap it apart to separate it, put it back together again. Really easy to use. And again, a little bit more secure kind of thing. You don't want to give up your whole keychain if you're getting your oil changed on your vehicle, and you also don't want to have to sit there and take your key off the ring the whole time. That snaps right off in a jiffy and you're done. All right, let's move on to the last item. This last item is very, very cool. I'm going to back up a little bit so you can see it, and we'll talk about it. Now, this last item is the copper shed, okay? It's the O-Shed copper bottle opener and pry bar. I got to laugh because when I used to watch all the EDC videos, and I follow a bunch of EDC groups on Facebook, because I'm a gear geek, let's face it. I love my little weird kind of unusual gear. I never could understand the point of carrying a pry bar, a little one. I'm like, why the heck would you? I mean, if you need a pry bar, you need a big honking pry bar. This isn't going to pry open a door or anything. But then I realized, well, what happens to me a lot of times? I want to pry something open, and the only thing I have is my knife blade. Well, we definitely don't want to use the knife blade. So a pry bar kind of comes in handy. It is also a bottle opener there. Okay. And there's a cool feature on, the cool point on this is that it's made in the USA by a small business owner. Okay. These are made from premium copper. Each one is individually made in-house by Ryan Forbes of Copper Shed Metalworks. That's in Brookfield, Ohio, United States. Roughly 3.18 inches long, 5/8 of an inch wide, and 1/4 of an inch thick. So you do have a bottle opener, a pry edge for light duty tasks. Chimping is across along the top here, so you get a good grip on everything, so nothing kind of slips out of your hand. All right, you'd have a lanyard and keychain hole at the end, so you can stick that on your key ring. You do have a laser engraved logo. Now the cool part about this is it's got a serial number on it. There are only 200 of these pieces available, so if you want one, you better jump on it. And this is the box that came in, by the way. That's why I have that there. See that 045? There's only 200 of these made, okay? When they're gone, they're gone. So if you're a collector or that type of a person where you like to collect unusual kind of EDC gear, this might be something you might be interested in. Again, these are made from a homemade maker. That he makes these things at his shop in Brookfield, Ohio. I like the fact, too, that even though it's copper, it's kind of been, added a little bit of darkness to it and sanded down for a little bit of worn look to it. Also, too, as you use this with copper, it will of course get darker and discolored. It won't look so weird as something nice and shiny copper that gets discolored, so it'll kind of fit in well. Let me give you a look at the edge of the pry bar there. And yeah, I can't tell you how many times I've been like, gosh, if only I had a way to pry this open. Well, I've got my knife, but I don't want to use the edge and ruin it. That's how you break a lot of edges. So something like this is kind of handy if you're doing repetitive kind of prying tasks. The box here, let's pop it open and show you. Nice little presentation case on this. You do have a copper shed thing there. It tells you when it was made. Okay, the maker and all the info there. Okay, and you get a shed sticker. And of course, a thank you from Obuy. And a nice little way to keep this in here. There are people, I know to us preppers it may seem kind of weird, but there are people that collect this type of gear and will never use it. they'll literally put it on display somewhere and that's it. They'll never touch it. They'll never use it. It's just a collection for them. If you're that type of person, that's something kind of cool for you. These are going to be 30% off. They're a little bit on the pricey side because they are custom made, one of a kind, but they're going to be 30% off with this deal. So definitely get in on it if that's the kind of thing you like. Let's back up. I'm going to give you the final information on this and we'll finish up the video. All right, folks, so this is just a few of the smaller things that are on sale during this Obuy January sale. Remember, it runs from January 21st till January 25th. All the links that you want will be down below there. Along with the site itself, you'll have all the links to the shed, the Otical H1, the Otical R1, all down there, plus my 10% off code, okay? You use the 10% off code for non-discounted items. Okay, so anything that's not on sale, you can use that. Also, too, during regular times, you can use my discount code. It's Iridium242, and that'll give you 10% off on anything you're getting on the site. So it's that simple. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to check out all the links down below, not only for Obuy, but also our Amazon affiliate store. If there's nothing in that store you like, you click that link and shop as you normally would. It really helps out our channel. You can even bookmark it and use it as your Amazon link. Below that is our freeze-dried wholesalers link. Folks, if you are not stocking up on food now, I am seeing more and more articles talking about possible famine coming within a year, within a month, whatever. There's a lot of predictions. Most of the predictions probably aren't on the money, but with all these many predictions, there's going to be some tough times coming ahead when it comes to food. Definitely get yourself stocked up on food. And these are the 3 companies that I trust. I love my freeze-dried wholesaler stuff. My link will save you 15% just for using it. That's it. Just go there, click that link, and shop as you normally would. When you get to the checkout, you will see that 15% savings there. Below that, of course, is our My Patriot Supply link. We have an awesome deal on that. This month, a 4-week food kit, $60 off, okay? Also, too, if you click on the logo on top on the website, which is preparewithiridium.com, okay? If you click on that top logo there, it'll take you into the site, and there's tons of other gear that you can check out there. Also, to our Thrive Life freeze-dried food store. The interest for Thrive has been really amazing in the last few months. I'm getting a lot of questions, a lot of people asking me about, hey, what is this? Do I need to join anything to do this? You don't. You simply go on there and try out the food, order some stuff. You can become a consultant if you want, save some money, or you can become just a delivery customer, set an amount a month you feel comfortable with, and have that amount delivered to you every month. You choose what you want. You can pause it at any time. You can cancel it any time. But let's say you're comfortable with $50 a month. Well, you go in there and you pick out $50 worth of stuff, and every month it gets shipped to you automatically. You can go in there and change it. If you don't want the chicken this month, you want the beef, you can change it. So definitely check out Thrive Life as well. I thank you guys for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.